First at 4, memories of a smart little girl, the family of Wynter Smith, starting to talk this afternoon about how they will remember her the day after a frantic search came to a devastating end. Also, the family feud over Aretha Franklin's estate, including the surprising place one of her handwritten wills turned up, where things stand right now. And here's Paula.
It is an internationally renowned botanical work of art, Oudolf Gardens in Detroit. Yet some people are actually defacing this so they can have flowers for their own personal vases. I'll take you to the outrage.
Plus, we're tracking a threat of summer showers on the Exact Track 40 radar. We will pinpoint any problem areas. It's all first at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, the family of little Wynter Smith is starting to talk about their painful loss the day after the little girl's body was found on Detroit's east side. Now, so far, no word on her cause of death or any charges in the case. Victor Williams has been speaking with members of Wynter's family today. The heartache, I just can't imagine, Victor.
Yeah, Karen, this just is really a heartbreaking story all around and just continues to be. Right behind me is the memorial that just continues to grow larger and larger for Wynter Cole Smith, and people have been paying their respects to the slain 2-year-old. We know that police both here in Detroit and Lansing, along with the FBI, they spent a lot of time searching very carefully for Wynter's whereabouts, searching along Rashad Trice's route from Lansing to Metro Detroit. And after multiple days, that's when Wynter's body was found in an overgrown alley. We are waiting, however, to find out the cause of death. It's such a terrible pill to swallow for Wynter's loved ones and family members. Wynter's grandmother is now having to accept the fact that all the plans and dreams that she had for her granddaughter will never be able to come true.
And when we first saw just how smart she was, that's when your mind starts planning the future. And then you're like, wow, okay, you can do this already, and you have all this hope in her future kind of planned out for her, like what you could see her being, right? And he snatched that away from us.
And we know that Rashad Trice is currently facing 8 felony charges in connection to Wynter's abduction and the attacking of her mother. But as it turns out, he does have a very lengthy criminal history, including domestic abuse. And we'll have more on that at 5 p.m. as well as more from Miss Sharon. Victor Williams, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Victor. There is more to come on the story. New at 5:30, the survivor of a shocking case of domestic violence offers her perspective on why it seems more women are being attacked. We'll also have another update on the Wynter Smith investigation and any developments at 6. So make sure to stay with Local 4 and click on Detroit.com. New at 4, Washington County Sheriff's deputies have ended a barricade situation at this apartment complex over right there, taking a suspect into custody, and it was a peaceful situation by then. The standoff took hours. It all started with a deadly stabbing in a parking lot at the Aspen Chase Apartments in Ypsilanti Township. A man was killed, and the suspect, armed with a gun, ran into a friend's apartment. That friend was inside at first, but then was able to get out safely. Crisis negotiators finally convinced the suspect to surrender. We have a live update on the entire investigation and where it stands tonight at 5. A stubborn apartment fire destroyed a building over in Van Buren Township overnight. The flames broke out on Denton near I-94 and I-275. Firefighters got the flames under control, but the fire rekindled about an hour later, forcing crews to come back. About 20 people have lost their homes. Luckily, no one is hurt. Investigators are still searching for a cause. Might be hard to believe, but the battle over Aretha Franklin's estate is still going on almost 5 years after her death. The Queen of Soul had 4 sons, but did not leave a formal typewritten will when she died in 2018. Instead, her family has been battling over 2 handwritten wills found after her death, one of them discovered in some couch cushions. The estate likely involves assets like real estate, furs, jewelry, and future royalties from Franklin's work. A trial is expected to start on Monday unless there's some kind of settlement before then. Well, the sun has been peeking out in downtown Detroit in the past 40 minutes, but many of us face the threat of summer showers. Meteorologist Ron Hilliard in for Kim Adams today. How are things looking?
Karen, we are gloomy in a few spots, and we are getting those showers, thunderstorms moving into southeast Michigan. A few of those storms firing up over parts of Ontario. You see this line right here stretching all the way up from Sanilac County through Lapeer County, Genesee County, and even a couple of showers popping up around Lenawee and Washtenaw County. So as we get a little bit closer and see what's happening with this, those showers moving pretty much to the east around 20 miles per hour. Let's get a closer look, zooming in a little bit around the Ann Arbor area, a couple of showers to come, see a couple of showers around your area. Going up toward the north through Genesee County, some of these showers approaching right around US 23 just north of Fenton, and we're also seeing some of these showers starting to move into Lapeer County. Let's see about the timing of this. We're going to see those showers moving in the next few minutes in Elba around 413, and Lapeer we'll see that. Also over towards Sanilac, Sandusky, Marlette, we're getting some of those storms firing up as well. So it's going to be muggy and mild this evening. We have right now the showers moving again across the area, primarily to the north of I-69. We will see those chances of rain showers dwindling as we get into the late evening hours. We will be talking about the showers, how long they last, and also the temperatures coming up. And thankfully, we will see some improvements. Temperatures out there right now, a little bit cooler than where they were yesterday. Still mild out there, Karen.
All right, thank you, Ron. Too many Metro Detroit families know the pain of Alzheimer's disease. Today, there is a chance new help is on the way, and all eyes are on the FDA this afternoon waiting for a really critical decision. Our Local 4 team monitoring the situation. Kimberly Gill joins us now with exactly what's at stake. Kim.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon to you. The FDA is set to decide whether it will fully approve the first Alzheimer's drug that's shown it could slow the progression of the disease in certain patients. FDA approval could also change who has access to the drug as well. We're talking about the drug Leqembi. It won accelerated approval in January based on the fact it clears plaque buildups in the brain associated with Alzheimer's. The research shows it slows the disease but doesn't stop it. Also, those with more advanced symptoms will not be eligible to receive the drug. Some doctors worry the benefits might outweigh some of the side effects, which have included brain swelling and brain bleeding in some patients. Our Dr. Frank McGeorge has been keeping an eye on the debate over the drug.
Research into the various antibody treatments for Alzheimer's is still in its infancy. We still have lots of questions about the risk of side effects like bleeding or swelling of the brain compared to a relatively modest benefit. Still, I think it's important to realize progress only occurs when we try different therapies. And this treatment, while still very expensive, is a step forward.
Now, full approval from the FDA could also prompt insurance companies to offer coverage that makes the drug more affordable because, Karen, without insurance, the drug costs more than $26,000 a year.
So we're talking about folks in the early symptoms.
Right.
How many people are we talking about?
Yeah, so experts estimate that the group makes up about a sixth of the more than 6 million Americans that are currently diagnosed with the disease. So a pretty small amount, but Dr. Frank McGeorge will explain who this could help most when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. It could be promising.
I know. There's hope.
There's
but
hope,
boy,
exactly.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Kim. Well, regular viewers, so First at 4 have seen these beautiful flowers all over Belle Isle a few times. They're gorgeous, right? Oh, believe it or not, we have learned that some people out there may love these blossoms and blooms a little too much. Paula Tutman reports on some thievery that might be compared to grabbing a painting right off the wall at the DIA. Take a look.
So this is Oudolf Gardens, Detroit on Belle Isle. It is internationally renowned. They have these sprinkled all over the globe. We have one right here in Detroit. Basically, this is a work of art. As such, however, there are actually people who believe that they want their work of art in their own home. And so they've been going through and clipping these flowers and plants for their own personal vases.
To just take almost an entire plant, cut it off, and then take it home.
Richard Thomas, the head horticulturist for Oudolf Gardens, shows us one of the casualties, a mature butterfly weed.
It's illegal too. I think everyone knows you don't take what isn't yours.
This is becoming a real problem at this art installation. Most recently, Richard caught a woman red-handed with her own snipping shears.
It's sort of like going through the art museum and helping yourself to chips of paint because you like that color, or that painting because it suits you.
But others have been seen loitering in the bushes to hide as they try to collect seeds and plants.
Someone had been doing this for the last several weeks. I've seen the cuts. So this was the first time I ran into a person that had a bouquet.
It is actually against Michigan law to deface and remove plants from an art installation like this. While Belle Isle is a public place, it is on state lands, and these are not wildflowers. They have been carefully curated and planted based off the genius of Pete Aldoff, who paints these incredible natural spaces with Mother Nature's brush across the globe. The monies raised for these gardens were fundraised. The lowest possible fine for defacing the gardens is $500 and 3 months in jail for a first offense, but punishment could go as high as a year of jail time if convicted.
Well, let us know if you have any questions about the garden.
This installation is a mammoth draw to Belle Isle, with people coming from all over the metro area and even far off distant lands to witness the seasonal and always changing beauty of these gardens.
It just is so inconsiderate, so disrespectful. How can you do that? How can you not understand? Especially what's gone into this.
At the end of the day, as we've explained, there are laws against cutting these plants. There are fines. But the public really does need to do its part to help police the rest of the public, because if all of this disappears, it disappears for all of us. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Paula tells us if you ever see someone taking flowers or plants from the gardens, report the situation to a staffer or a volunteer, or you could actually just snap a photo, maybe some video, so police will have a reference to follow up.